Well, this is weird. It's May, and we're starting to get the NASCAR 2025 schedule. The past couple of years, the schedule has come together really late in the calendar year. October, September, late in the year, point being. But this year, it's actually coming together quite soon. So we're going to talk about that in this video. Prime Video has their opening race announced. TNT just announced their opening race for the new in-season tournament. We're going to talk about all that. But as you can see, I'm back in the normal place. So yes, Darlington got back from Darlington last night. Obviously, we did not do the Monday after, but that will be tonight. So tune in for that. We're going to do our normal 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Mountain, 3 o'clock West Coast time. We're going to do that tonight, our normal just live stream talking about the race weekend. Obviously, I was there. Got to see a lot of stuff, so looking forward to talking about that. So make sure to tune in for that. But anyways, now we are here to talk about the in-season tournament opener. We're going to talk about Prime Video a little bit. Let's start with Prime Video. Amazon Prime Video is going to be one of the new broadcast partners in NASCAR in 2025. It was announced last winter, I guess. The new media rights deal, and that included Fox, Amazon Prime Video, TNT Sports, Warner Brothers Discovery, and then NBC Sports. Of course, obviously, we all know Fox and NBC. They have had the rights to NASCAR since 2015, but, well, Fox longer than that. But anyways, we have new partners. One of them is brand new with Amazon, and then we have another one that is returning to NASCAR with TNT. And with Amazon, it's going to be exclusively streamed. Now, most of these networks, Fox, NBC, even TNT, you can still get it on cable. You can still watch it on your television, flip through the channels, get TNT if you have that in your cable package, and watch it. Now, as for Amazon Prime, that is where things, I don't want to say complicated because that sounds bad, but that is more of the transition into the more modern age of television streaming. You have to get a smart TV, click on the app, or you have to hook up your computer to your TV so you can stream it. And that is going to be something unique to NASCAR, or for NASCAR, something new to NASCAR. We've seen NFL, they have their Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime Video. Other sports also are on Amazon, but, you know, sometimes it's that where they have a deal where it's like, yeah, they can show it on Amazon, but it's also, you know, on a real television network. But anyways, their opening race in 2025 will be the Coke 600. So that means the first 14 races of the season, which will be on Fox, will go from the Daytona 500 President's Day weekend through that week before the Coke 600. That will be the 14 dates that Fox gets. Now, Fox ultimately loses the Coke 600, which hurts them a little bit, I think, but they still have the Daytona 500. They still have the early season, preseason race. They still have that first portion of the schedule. But as for Prime, I think this is a fantastic decision, in my opinion, to put this race on Prime Video, to put the Coke 600, one of the majors, one of the crown jewels of NASCAR, because they don't just open their race, they don't open their NASCAR life with a random race at Gateway, at Nashville. And that's no disrespect to those two tracks or any track. You know, it could have been Sonoma, could have been Texas, Talladega, whatever you want to say it would have been. That's no disrespect to any of these other tracks. It's just that this is a crown jewel event, and to be opening your broadcasting career, your broadcasting life as a network, as a streaming service with one of these major races, a race that so many NASCAR fans and even non-NASCAR fans tune into because it's such a big deal, I think that's a great start to Amazon Prime Video's life. Dale Earnhardt Jr. will be on the call for it. So there's a lot of things. Amazon is doing a lot of things right now. And I think that is a great call. I think that's going to be a great start for them. And that's how you build momentum. If you're Amazon, if you're NASCAR, is that you promote it. You really, really promote it. That, you know, this is one of the biggest races in NASCAR, and it's our first race ever broadcasting, and it's going to be one of the biggest ones. Tune in, watch it. We'll have Dale Jr. in the booth. Like, they got a lot of things to hype this race up, and ultimately we will see how it goes. But I think that's a great start for them. I really do. Some others may disagree, but I think that's a great start. Now, as for TNT, It was announced just the other day that there will be an in-season tournament for NASCAR. What? Yes, it's true. We will be doing an in-season tournament for NASCAR, and it was announced today where that tournament would start. It's going to start at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Atlanta, of course, has become one of the most... Is unique the right word for Atlanta? I think it's unique, but I don't think it's the most unique. But it's a 1.5 mile speedway, and they have converted it into a super speedway to where it races more like Daytona and Talladega. Had a thrilling race this year, had a thrilling finish, 3 wide for the win between Daniel Suarez, Kyle Busch, and Ryan Blaney, with Suarez ultimately getting the win. Now, this track, as I said, has had some great racing since it's repaved. There were so many questions, even me. I was saying I can't believe they're doing this to Atlanta. I think it's dumb, but I will admit the past couple of races at this track have been really good. So, TNT will get their opener at Atlanta. It will be June 28th. It will be a Saturday night race. That is an important thing, is that it will be on Saturday night. Atlanta, it gets hot in the summer. I went to the race last year. It was a Sunday night race, and it was pretty toasty before the race and even at the beginning of the race. But yes, they will open at Atlanta. And this is what I was talking about the other day. For this in-season tournament, if you want your March Madness moment, you want your Fairleigh Dickinson to beat Purdue, if you want that moment, you want these major upsets, you've got to put that first round at a wild card track. When we looked at the 2024 schedule, I predicted if this were based off the 2024 schedule, Chicago would have been the opener. Well, now they have shifted Atlanta out of the playoffs, and this is going to be the second Atlanta date, by the way. They've shifted it out of the playoffs and into this first round of the in-season tournament, and this is where your March Madness moment is going to come, because it's a super speedway. Anything can happen. Anyone can get caught up in a wreck. Kyle Larson, he's leading the Cup Series points right now, but historically, he is not good at super speedways. He can't finish the races, or, he gets shuffled back late in the race, whatever it may be. And if he's going up against, let's say, Kaz Grala, and Kaz Grala is sneaking up through the field, surviving the wrecks, and, he has a clean car, Larson's car is beat to crap. Kaz Grala beats Kyle Larson, finishes 13th versus Larson 17th. The 1 seed just got eliminated, It's going to create for some of those moments. It's going to create for some chaos, for, you're going to have to watch these cars in the wreck if, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Corey LaJoie are fighting each other in the first round, and, they're both wrecked. They're trying to get to pit road first. Who can make it the furthest around the track? That is ultimately what we're going to see. We're going to see some upsets in that first round. That is why I think they put Atlanta there. But I love the decision of getting Atlanta out of the playoffs. If you know me, I'm not a fan of the NASCAR playoffs. I don't like the schedule this year for the playoffs. You've got 4 wild cards in the first 6 races, and I think that's absurd. So getting Atlanta out of the playoffs is a big plus to me. I know that they're super happy to have it over there. And I know fans, it's going to make for excitement. It's going to make for, cool moments. It's going to make for a potential upset in the playoffs. But, we're deciding our championship, and we're going to have 4 wild cards in our first 6 playoff races. So, I don't know. In my opinion, that's really dumb. But as for moving it out of the playoffs, great decision. I applaud it. Good job, NASCAR. But as I said a couple days ago, I love the idea of this in-season tournament because it does not impact the championship. It's its own unique thing, and it gives a big incentive, $1 million. And also, it gives the chance for some of these smaller or even mid-pack teams to actually have a shot at this. When you look at the other big things, you look at the All-Star race. The All-Star race is traditionally at a normal track. It's not a Daytona, Talladega. It's not a road course. It's at a short track, North Wilkesboro this year. It's been at Charlotte, Bristol, Texas, more traditional, more normal racing tracks. Well, with this in-season tournament, there's 5 races. And when you're starting at a super speedway, anything can happen. And you don't have to win. You just have to beat the guy who you're competing against in this tournament. It's a head-to-head matchup. And this is why I think the mid-pack teams, this is a huge opportunity. You look at a JTG Doherty. You look at a front row. Front row's kind of elevating almost to that front of the field, but I'd still say they're mid-pack right now. You look at some of those teams, this could be their opportunity to do something special, to put some money in the bank. You look at a Michael McDowell. Well, Michael McDowell is actually going to be leaving, so that's a little bit awkward. But, look at Todd Gilliland and Ricky Stenhouse Jr., for example. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. at these intermediate racetracks, he's a consistent top 15, top 20 guy. If he can continue to do that, and, he's a really good super speedway racer, if he can get a top 10 at Atlanta, and he can beat a Ryan Blaney, if he could beat Chase Elliott, someone like that who he might be matched up against, then if he can just top 15, top 20, and the people he continues to compete against have issues, they have a penalty on pit road that pins them a lap down. If they get involved in a wreck, something happens, mechanical failure, if you can just consistently run top 15, if you're a mid-pack team, just survive the race, no issues, and your opponents keep having issues, you can continue to advance, and you have a shot at this $1 million. You don't have to win the race, as I said. So it's a lot of incentives. It's a lot of fun. It should be a lot of fun, but Atlanta will be the first race. So once again, in conclusion, Charlotte, the Coke 600, that's a great opening for Prime Video. Getting Atlanta out of the playoffs, thank God. Making it the season opener, or the in-season tournament opener, I should specify, is a great decision because it'll give you that March Madness moment, and also there's no impact on the championship. But the schedule is coming together. We got the Daytona 500 date confirmed. We got the Coke 600 date confirmed. We've got Atlanta confirmed. I'm very curious when the full schedule will be released. But as I said, tonight, the Monday after Darlington, we will talk about everything from Buescher and Reddick's fight to, the race itself, Keselowski's win, all that. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will have more videos this week. I'm working on a story, should be out tomorrow.